welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is final day at the Charlotte Roar. Thanks for staying tuned and watching the other 2 rounds. If you did, go watch them. My dad and I are going to be doing commentary, and I'm probably the most excited for this round. Thank you, GMT, for sponsoring this tournament.
Yeah, round 3, Hornets Nest, we're back at it. This is where it all began for the weekend, and I'm excited because now you know the course, you know what shots to make, what mistakes to avoid, and I think you're throwing the same disc as hole 1 from day 1 as well. So what do you got here?
I'm going to be throwing my Roadrunner, same thing as day 1, just trying to keep it low and hit the gap so I can get an easy par. Not really on my birdie list.
That was so good until that very last tree that seemed to just jump out in front of the disc and prevent you from being parked.
Yeah, no, that was supposed to be a birdie until that tree, but at least I had a jump putt from where I was and left myself with a pretty easy par putt.
Yeah, if you're not good at jump putts, this course will teach you. A lot of times you're going to be deep in C2 or somewhere right outside of that, and it's just going to be layup after layup after layup. So, yeah, starting off with a par is not bad at all. Hole 2, par 3, 260. Are you going with Chariot again?
Going Chariot again, yes. I was hoping to replicate what I did day 1, but I kind of threw it too early. I really do think it would have gotten to the basket, but also was a little short, and I was kind of disappointed where my disc landed. So
a little timid. Yeah, I'm using like 5x zoom on this angle. So this is a C2, and I'm like, man, if you make this, this will look so good on camera. And we have the C2 counter 1 for 1, guys. So this is a little foreshadowing of what's going to be going on in this round. So buckle up and sit back and enjoy the show. How did you feel after that putt?
I was extremely happy with that putt. I did not expect myself to make that because, you know, I'm not really good with those straddle uphill putts. So, and I was putting through a gap too. Here on hole 3, I'm going to be throwing my Invader, which is a little bit more stable than my Wombat, and I kind of just threw it into the middle of the fairway, which I was hoping to do, and
got some
just
good
play for
ground
an
play.
easy par.
Yeah. And now we're going with that backhand that I was talking about in round 1. You are being a little more aggressive, but still not fully putting your foot on the gas there.
Yeah, I think my Wombat, if you think that's way too flippy for a Wombat, it is. It's extremely beaten and very flippy.
It's a fun disc.
I'm going to be throwing my Invader, just a chip up shot, and leaving myself with a pretty easy putt.
Yeah, perfect. Take the 4, move on. This has been a tough hole all weekend long. The ladies struggled with it. I don't think we had one FPO. They got the birdie, but again, you're warming up the putt, which is great.
Those geese are trying to razz you.
Get it up to the parking lot. There you go.
So yeah, I did keep it low, but I didn't push it further enough, and I could have kept it lower.
Yeah, when you keep it low, you get a really speedy skip that kind of pushes to the basket.
Yeah, and even if you think you're going too far, left side, you get a really nice skip because of the hill. So
yeah, and the road actually catches a lot of discs too, because there's a little lip there, as you can see, kind of where the round score graphic is. There's a lip, so that does catch quite a bit of discs if it rolls down there.
Yeah.
So take your chances, and if you have to make a putt from there, it's not that far. It's usually C1.
I was pretty happy with the par there. As long as I'm not getting bogey or worse, I'm honestly fine with that at this course. Here I'm going to be throwing my strike again. Hopefully not going to get a roll this time, and just trying to get a birdie here.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those holes you step up to and you're just like, man, I want this birdie.
Yeah, I did throw that just a little too wide, but there's like a little thing of roots over there. You'll see when we walk up to the putt, but there's like a group of roots right there, and it hit a root and rolled all the way down into like deep C2. So
yeah, those roots on the right, they're right of the basket. If the edge catches them, your disc will likely stand up and roll.
Yeah, this is like, what, at least 45 feet, 50 feet? Maybe?
Yeah, I'm using 2x zoom here, and there's cars driving by and whatnot, but you're staying focused, you're breathing. And we've got about a 45-footer.
And this is what really set my round off. If you know me, I'm not really making C2 putts like that. My C2 game is not like the best it could be. So, you know, making that putt, it was a real
That had to have been huge
boost.
for your confidence. Yeah, I was just going to say.
Here I'm going to be throwing my Gator, and I'm kind of on focus because it's all like the 1,000 cars that are driving by. Cybertruck. But I throw my gator, and this is kind of one of the gimme holes. I just throw a little too wide, and I leave myself with a 20-foot putt.
Got a little fist pump from you. I usually don't see you doing that.
You did.
Yeah, this is probably about 15 feet. The camera does a little bit of tricks on you, but shout out to Ari, who almost aced this with her eagle. You can see that on the ground there.
Under the basket.
That was a
Good
sweet
birdie.
shot. She kept it low, and it almost skipped in.
Yeah.
Back to hole 7, par 4, 630. Are you going with the Chariot again?
Yeah, I'm going with the Chariot again, hoping it to keep it lower instead of going over that branch. And I do basically exactly what I want to. Could have put a little bit more power, but it's in the fairway, and I couldn't ask for any more.
Yeah, if you're looking to get the birdie on this hole, I
You'll
feel
have
like you
that
almost
right
have
side
to
either.
get it past those group of trees right there, which is a lot of power. Not a lot of FPO have that, but if you want to get tricky with it, you can go roller. Here, I believe you threw your J, and it's actually in a really nice spot there on the left side of the fairway.
Oh, you have a great
that
angle.
Was a pretty good upshot. We're debating between Gator or
Oops.
Chariot, oh my goodness.
That was going to be so far off the fairway, but you hit a tree and you got the Walmart rollback.
Yeah, no,
so
I thought I was gonna hit like the tree right there and then give myself a 45-foot putt for par, but I don't know if you saw that approach, but that was a horrible approach by me, and somehow
nice
I still got the
putt.
par.
yeah, a very nice putt. Nicely done.
Yeah, I don't know
save.
what it was about today, but I'm feeling really confident, and I don't know, I just all good vibes all around.
Yeah,
Had
the
a
weather was
good
really
card, too.
nice too. And you know what I did? I said on this hole, you threw the Wraith first round, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you the turn. It's my turn to tell you what disc to throw.
It was pretty cold all weekend, so we were pretty lucky to have nice weather on final day.
Yeah, final day was great. And look at this thing. It just rides the right side. Misses some stuff, and then you were thinking about moving outside of the camera. This is at the point. At this point, the GMT camera crew had noticed that Avo's, playing pretty well, and they wanted to come see for themselves.
Yeah. Here I'm already feeling pretty good on the C2 putt, and bang! I make another one.
3 for 3 on C2. And what is that, Mrs.?
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Is that what the kids are doing these days? Should I be doing that as well? Is that going to help me putt better?
The guy Eric has a way better. The reason I was like moving towards the camera, so he has a better clip. So maybe we can get that out.
Doing it
but
for the gram, I see.
Here I'm throwing my Chariot, and
There
I'm
you
hoping
go.
to get a birdie on this hole
Stable up,
because
please.
it is one of the easier holes on the course, I would say. So I was kind of disappointed when I left it this short.
That was good. That was headed straight for the pin, and then just caught the tree on the right. You would have had some amazing ground play, but you do a really good job with this Toro up. A little Annie, let it land soft and curl up to the basket, tap in par. I don't even film it because it was that close. So, hole 10, par 3, 247. You going Wombat again, I see.
Yep, hoping to get a birdie this time, but I kind of throw it into one of the trees over there, and
Kind of
I
want to
leave
push it
myself
past the
with-
tree and then
luckily I leave
fade.
myself with a pretty easy approach, and I'm pretty good with these Toro forehands, so
Yeah, looks
throw
like
a pretty good
you've been
upshot.
throwing them all weekend. This one went a little further than you probably anticipated.
Yeah.
Looks like you're talking about your luck there. And we probably have, about 15 feet here?
Yeah, no, 20, 15 feet. But I was kind of surprised when I missed that, just because I was putting pretty good coming up to that putt. But like I said, I've been struggling with those 15 and 20 footers just because my mental space when I step up to those putts, I just get really nervous.
Was that a grip lock putt, or was that just a bad putt?
It was. It's an in between, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Well,
here, my dad and I were debating between going a destroyer, through the wide gap to play it for par, or strike down the middle. And I was like, dude, I just got a bogey. Let me go for birdie. And I wish I would have gone destroyer hyzer instead of that, because I hit one of the first trees, and then I'm in basically the same spot as last time, if not worse. But you know how I said I was struggling with these patent pendings? Luckily, I made up for those last two, and I threw my Roadrunner, and I leave myself with a 20-foot, or it's not 20 foot.
This is actually C2. Yeah.
Was it C2?
Yeah,
Oh,
right
wow.
outside. 2x zoom. This is one of your C2 makes. It might have been right on the edge, maybe around 34, 33, but we counted it. Hole 11 par 307. Yeah, it's further than it looks. Yeah, 4 for 4 on C2. Feel free to go out there yourself and verify it, but to me that was C2. I got a different angle here for you because I was looking at the card ahead of us. So you made the correction. Instead of throwing the mid, you threw the putter, and now you're in this sweet landing zone where you have a hyzer into the green.
Yeah, this is going to be probably the easiest approach I'll have all weekend.
You basically try to throw it in.
I was really happy with where I landed, and I luckily got a new Luster Invader just the day before this that I got to throw on the course. Literally like one of my first times throwing that disc, so I'm really starting to like that disc.
So you had a little bit of a downhill approach, and you did the thing where sometimes you throw a little low. And luckily, this green is pretty fast, so you got a nice little slide into C2.
Yeah, no, I threw that straight into the ground. That was a horrible approach, but
Let's see what you got here.
at least I make putts.
What?
I don't know if y'all saw that, but
How did I
that
catch?
barely caught. That was some luck right there.
I still do
How
not
did
understand
that
that putt.
catch?
That basket deserves a hug, and I hope you give it one. There you go. Yep. That was such a sweet putt. Definitely one that you don't really count on getting after you see the flight of the disc out of the hand.
Here, this hole is kind of a bit tricky. Like, you have to, it's definitely a forehand and hyzer if you have one. But I throw my strike, sorry, I blocked the shot. But here I throw my strike and I just push it too far straight, and I just throw it straight into the woods. But I leave myself with a pretty easy approach, and I put myself into like what? Like 20,
Probably
15
20,
feet?
maybe 22 feet or something like that. Yeah, it's still a putt. I wanted that approach to go a little bit wider to the left, but you like these testers, and
Yeah, sure.
I think there's like an airplane flying right over as you were putting.
Yeah, no, the Charlotte airport is like right next to us, so I at least saw like maybe like 10 airplanes this entire tournament.
Yeah, there was a lot of planes. Sometimes you even see the shadow as you're putting on the green. You'll see the shadow of the airplane. Wombat turnover, you kind of do the same thing that you did in round one. And this is a little bit of a further putt. This is your 6th C2 attempt for the day.
Don't just mind my hair. I know it looks like a rat tail instead of a fish tail, but focus on the putt, you know what I mean?
Well, you're moving around a lot, so that's bound to happen. And sometimes you miss a C2. It's bound to happen as well.
That was such a bad putt. I was really disappointed I missed this hole because like this is one of the gimme holes, and a putt like that is just
Well,
kind of bad.
yeah, but you've got to come back here, and you're staying focused. You're staying locked in. Also straddle, right? So, bang.
Yeah, that putt was just one of those half putts, and you know it's just move on and go focus on the next one. You know what I mean?
And it's about this time too where things are starting to get a little tense. I'm watching scores like a hawk, and I know in my mind that if Ava does not hit this gap, her tournament's over. She's not going to really have a chance. Lindsay was shooting
now that
really
I look
hot.
back, that was that's a lot of pressure to hit at this small a gap, which is like 5 feet wide. So I kind of slowed down with my Mako, and I hit the gap perfectly, but I get a skip pretty far to the left, and luckily I go just far left enough to leave myself with a pretty easy approach. And then I'm throwing my Halo Nexus Invader. This disc is really, really flippy, so I thought it would flip up more, but it's fine.
Discs are only flippy when you throw them hard, guys. They are not flippy when you throw them soft. Friendly reminder.
Goodness, you always remind me about that.
She's still shooting the hot round, 4 down. Just got to make this putt to stay out of trouble. And it's another tester. And it just dead center. I don't know how you're able to focus this much. I also play tournaments, and I'm just really impressed with your play right now. I feel like you are embodying everything a true champion has in these moments.
Well, thank you, Dad. Here I was like, okay, Ava, if you don't par these last 3 holes, you are not going to win. Like, you need to par these last 3 holes, because the person who was leading was like, she was shooting really, really good, and I knew that the only chance I had at winning was if I parred these last 3 holes.
Yeah.
So I threw my wraith there and was just hoping to do what I did day 1, but I left it a little am side, I guess you could say.
Yeah, if you had your original Wraith, that thing would have turned over a little bit, but the new one faded a little quicker. The approach you had was great. I think we just messed up on the height a little bit.
Just a little too low, yeah.
I think this was C2. I don't think I marked this as C2 though.
You know, this is still a tester though. Because
That was every bit of a tester.
I don't know how I made that. I don't know how I stayed so calm. Because looking back, I'm already like nervous just watching this footage.
This shot right here,
Holy
in my
smokes,
opinion,
kiddo.
was what kind of decided the tournament.
Kiddo.
That was sent with
come
full
on,
confidence, with
Well,
no
you have to throw it in
regard,
for you 'cause it's a 4, not a 5.
and
Oh, thank you, son.
now you're gonna have just kind of a layup play to the basket.
You
I know
got
this
that. Pretend
pin
like
This
is
is
nothing
behind
basically the
you.
same spot I was day one.
Just the throw.
You know, I was scared about
Power
hitting
through it, mentally power through it.
my with my off arm onto the pin. I don't know if you saw
You did
that,
it.
but like I over exaggerated my
Yeah,
off
it's fine,
arm
it's easy.
just to not hit the pin. But I still left myself with a really easy layup.
Did
for
the best
par.
you could.
Yeah, getting a par on
I
this
know.
hole is definitely strokes on the field because it just played so tough. That gap off the tee is not easy, and then
It's too much.
apparently layups are not easy as well because I think we were trying to get the steps and you went a little past because you're an overachiever.
Mhm.
How nervous are you on this putt right here?
Why? You know what I was telling myself? I was telling myself that if I miss this putt, Ava, the tournament is over. So you can imagine how much pressure
There
I
you
was
go.
feeling. Because I mean, like, if she just pars, because that means that she would have what 2 strokes to win the last 2 holes. I
It's
just
all about
missed
the
that putt?
approach here.
If you would have missed that putt, I think it would have been I think it would have been either a 1 stroke or even because we didn't know what she did on 17 yet. But here, Ava
Yeah.
wanted to throw a driver, and I
That's
stuck
it.
a putter in her
That's all you
hand.
needed.
I was like, "You are not going driver. We are not risking OB." And then she still ends up 4 feet away from OB. And this, at this point, we have the family pulling up on the left side as well.
The softest little throws
Shout
to
out
the right,
mom
like a tour.
and the kids.
That's it.
Right, we're debating between a jump putt and a little toss. Explain this to us.
Yeah, no, I know that I'm able to jump it,
It's
but
a
like you
soft
see
bit
that
to the
ditch right in
let it
front of
curl
me.
up.
I didn't know if I was going to like hurt myself by accidentally jumping to that
Angle
ditch and
your
like
left foot a little
planting
more
wrong.
left.
So yeah, I just decided on throwing a Toro just soft up into the basket.
Yeah.
So I was kind of nervous I was gonna like shank that approach, and I still kind of did shank that approach, but at least I left myself with a pretty easy putt. Here, I was a little nervous because I knew that this is definitely a range that I can miss, but luckily I felt pretty confident, and I don't know, I was actually pretty calm for this circumstance.
And there
I
it is.
make the putt, and that pretty much determines that I win this tournament because my competitor had to ace this hole to win. So, okay, guys, that was it. I won the Charlotte Roar. I hope you guys enjoyed the content that we put out. I know I kind of tricked you guys with shooting so bad the first 2 days and then shooting so hot final day, but definitely not something I expected. I really was preparing myself to lose this tournament just because of how many strokes I was far back.
Nicely done. That 992 at the end was pretty sweet too. So congratulations.
Thank you.